Hi everyone, it's Dave here from davestravelpages.com, and this is day 4 of my cycling trip around Greece. I'm here in my hotel room in Livanates, which is a coastal town in Greece, and I spent the night here. Just had breakfast, and it was an awesome breakfast, and I put a picture of that on my Facebook page. You should check it out because it was an awesome breakfast. Today's cycling is going to be about 90 kilometers, and I'm following the coast road predominantly, and I'm heading past a main city called Lamia, and then I'm heading to a small town. Now, as I've looked at the map, I'm thinking that rather than being on the flat, that small town is probably going to be up in the hills, which was a bit of an error on my part, but never mind. I think it was the only affordable accommodation in the area at the time. So 90 kilometre day, the temperature is expecting to get to 36 degrees. I follow a couple of other cyclists that are cycling around the world on longer trips at the minute, and one of them is in Africa at the moment. I thought, wow, check out the temperatures and see what they're coping with. And it was just like 30 degrees, it was nothing. So yeah, Greece is quite hot at this year. And as I was saying yesterday, maybe August isn't the brightest time to do a cycle trip in Greece. But if that's all the time you can do it in, then that's all you can do. So I'm going to do the normal thing, give you some clips from the road, and I will speak to you in a bit. Cheers for now. So I've just stopped for a short break, about 20 kilometres into the journey, and it's been reasonably flat so far. I've gone from sea level, and I've gone up again and down again, and now I'm by sea level again. Let me zoom out, because I think this is on a weird zoom. There we go. I don't know if you could just see there in the water, you can see that buoy. In front of that, there's actually a guy swimming with his flippers on and a snorkel, and he's got a spear in his hand, so he's going spear fishing, and I guess the buoy's there to stop boats from running him down, I guess. Anyway, this place is called Agios Konstantinos, and it seemed like a nice enough place to take a break. And I'm just going to flip the camera around and then continue talking. There we go. You'd think there'd be a way to flip the camera around while you're talking, really, wouldn't you? But there's not. Maybe they'll do that. Samsung, are you listening? So why have I flipped this round? Ah yeah, I want to tell you about a cyclist I just met on the road. So whenever there's a cyclist on the side of the road who's got like a puncture or something, I always stop and just say, have you got everything you need? And normally they have, and then it's a short conversation and off I go. But in this case, all I got was kind of a grunt, yeah, and he might as well have said fuck off, but he didn't quite. And I thought, and this was like a bicycle tourist. So I don't really get that sort of attitude. I mean, everyone has a bad day when you're touring, but it doesn't hurt to have a short conversation, does it? Anyway, it won't stop me stopping for cyclists, but I thought I'd share that with you. So if somebody does stop for a chat, think outside yourself and maybe talk back with them. Conversation's a good thing. Anyway, it is time to move on again. Hi there, so I've just stopped off at Thermopylae, and this is the monument to Leonidas and the brave 300 Spartans who fought here. So you probably know the story of the 300. Even if you don't know it from the classical text, you probably know it from the film. But to give you an idea of why the battle was important, you see over here, that's the mountains. So if you were trying to get an army through there, it would be difficult, and this is what the Persians faced. Straight in front of me here, from my hand here, is flat, and then over to the right behind this monument is the sea. Actually, the sea's a little bit further away than it was back in the day, 2,500 years ago, because the land has been reclaimed somehow. But it would have been a very narrow gap, so an ideal place to stop the army. Anyway, that's really all there is to the monument. But sometimes it's nice to put a place to the places you've heard about, or to visit the places you've heard about. So I think I'm going to take a bit of a break, have some water, and then proceed to my hotel for the evening, which I think is going to be up there somewhere, which is going to be a bit of a pain. So I'm hoping I can skirt around the tallest of the mountains and then see what happens from there. But I'm sure I'll let you know. Cheers for now. Hi there, so that's day 4 of the cycling over, and I've ended up in a place called Loutra, which I think is famous for having some spas and some hot pools, but that's not why I'm here. The reason I was here was because the price of this hotel was €5 less. Actually, no, that's a lie. It was €10 less than in Lamia, but what I didn't realise is that this is 25 kilometres outside of Lamia. So, okay, I've cycled 25 kilometres to save €10. Was it worth it? Who knows? I've ended up in a triple room. You can see the 3 beds behind me there. Why a triple room? Again, who knows? Anyway, this room is €27 a night and it includes breakfast, which is pretty good. Today's cycling then was, it was good actually. It was about 90 kilometres in the end and the total elevation gain was 600 metres. And I felt strong all the way through, which was pretty handy because tomorrow is actually the big day. So tomorrow's a real challenge. I'm cycling to Delphi. It's 100 kilometres in distance, which by itself is pretty good. But I think there could be anything from 1,500 to 2,000 metres total elevation gain. It's going to need an early start, not a lot to go wrong, and I'm probably going to need to eat and drink quite a lot along the way. So I'm psyched for it, so it should be pretty good. And that's all I've got to say. So I will catch you in the next video. Cheers.